Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
We are here in Torrance, California at the Brews Hall. It's one of our favorite food halls here in Torrance.
We did this last year sometime, huh, baby? We covered this.
Yeah.
Amazing food here.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit pricey, but you can do it every once in a while.
Yes. So this is our annual Q&A 2024, and we're having lunch.
We are.
We got the Tahitian ahi tuna salad and the new smash burger with fries.
It looks really good. I've already tried a fry, and these are really nice and crunchy.
Yes.
Looks like McDonald's fries, but they're nice and crunchy.
So we are going to work on this lunch, and then we will start our Q&A. But before we do, let's toast. I have the grapefruit IPA.
And I have the stout.
Stout. Cheers.
Cheers. So...
Oh, it's good.
Oh yeah, and once we finish our lunch, sit back, grab a beer, and watch our Q&A.
Yes.
Or whatever drink of choice, huh, baby? Doesn't have to be a beer.
Whatever drink you want.
Okie doke.
We are done with lunch, and it was delicious.
It is.
Yeah, we split the burger and split the salad.
Wow. Yeah, I love their food here.
Yes. So, as we mentioned, our Q&A is here. We have everything written down on a couple pages. We divided everything into two categories, food and travel. So I'll put a time marker as far as when the travel section starts in the video description below, so you could jump straight to the travel if you're not interested in the food. But everybody loves food, right? Food questions.
Exactly.
So let's start it out.
All
Are you ready?
You ready, baby?
Okay, here we go. In food, in your opinion, who do you think has the best cruise food?
Well, we've only been on two, I guess, companies, you can say. We've been on Royal, and Royal we went when it was different times.
Right.
And Carnival we've been on the most recent, I guess you can say.
Right.
We are pretty loyal to Carnival. The food on Royal was very good, though.
It was.
But I think I prefer Carnival only because we've been on Carnival so many times. And what I've noticed on Carnival is that they changed their food, and so they kind of elevated their food options, where sometimes you go on a cruise so often that you think it's always the same thing. But they think they've elevated their cruise options where it's like, oh, haven't tried that one yet, and I haven't tried this one yet. And so right now I can say Carnival, babe. How about you?
Yes, and what we really like about Carnival food is their specialty dining.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems to be our favorite. As far as like the regular buffet food, it's okay.
But what was interesting is that that's where they elevated it, where now they have different options for everyone.
Right.
And there's so many things that you want to try out.
Yeah, so we have definitely seen an improvement in their food. Next question. Are there any food you guys wouldn't eat or try? I would say animal organs.
Yeah, we're not into livers or gizzards or hearts, brains. I think that's the only thing that we probably won't try, and we don't care to eat.
Right.
No matter how it's seasoned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very true. Next question. Do you guys ever get upset stomach or food poisoning eating different places? I don't think so.
No, I don't know. It's because maybe we do our research, which basically is really Yelp. We do a lot of Yelp. We talk to the locals, and that's how we pretty much figure out our food options. Sometimes it's not very planned, and so we could think of something, but then maybe they're closed on a certain day, so we'll try something else. And we've never really gotten sick.
Right.
Or
so
anything.
knock on wood, we've avoided kind of food poisoning while eating.
And what we're lucky is that we're not allergic to really any certain types of food.
Right.
So that is also luckily one of our benefits.
Yes. Next question. I would like to know if there's one meal or snack you could never get tired of eating. For me, it's Japanese food. I don't think I could ever get tired of eating. And as far as snacks, also there's Japanese rice crackers. I could eat those all day. I've been eating them since I was a little kid. So yeah, for me, it's mostly Japanese food. How about you?
And for me, I've grown up on it. Dim sum. I can eat dim sum all day, every day, morning, noon, and night. I love dim sum. And then my snacky would most likely be, I love potato chips, plain potato chips, Lay's, Ruffles, any of those plain potato chips, I like those.
Yeah, they're good, especially with dips.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Many bites enjoyed from many different places. Are you cooking more at home and making many of these great bites or dishes? We don't try to replicate a lot of, nice eats dishes that we have. We mostly stay with our tried and true stuff, which is like spaghetti, some Japanese food like some curry dishes, Japanese sukiyaki, and you've made some Chinese dishes.
Yeah, and what happens is if we try to replicate something at home, it takes time, and we usually don't have a lot of time. We both are full-time, we have full-time jobs.
That's right.
And so our schedules are a little bit off, meaning that I'll work in the morning and he works in the evening, and so it's hard to really get together and try to replicate anything. So we'll go out to these places, enjoy it, the best quality at these other places, which we share with you guys, but we don't try to make them at home.
No. And this kind of rolls into the next question. What is the best or favorite recipe or food you make at home to eat? Again, I really like to make Japanese curry and sukiyaki. That's probably my top two I like to make.
My all-time favorite I will make any day of the week is like a turkey dinner. I like to do
yes.
Thanksgiving. I'll make the turkey and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes all by hand. It takes me like 3 hours. And so it's just fun for me is to like make big meals like that.
You make a good turkey too.
Oh, thank you, baby. Next.
Oh, sorry. When are you coming back to the SGV, which is the San Gabriel Valley? There's so much good food here.
And I agree, there is a lot of good food out there.
I think, the SGV is the mecca for Asian food.
Yeah, it is.
But driving-wise, it is a bit far from the South Bay.
I know we fly everywhere, but when we have limited time in driving, especially because our days are during the week, we're in the high midst of traffic usually when we have to drive over there.
Yeah, and really, there's so much great food options here in the South Bay and Los Angeles that we just haven't made it to the SGV.
Yes, San Gabriel Valley, we have our list. All those viewers who are from the San Gabriel Valley, go ahead and send us the recommendations.
One day, though.
And then we'll go ahead and compile all the recommendations, all the ones we bookmark, because I bookmark all the places that you guys recommend, and we'll tackle the SGV, San Gabriel Valley. It may take a few episodes, but we'll do it.
Yes, we will one day.
Yeah, one day.
Next question. Wondering, have you ever tried any Maryland seafood? We haven't been to Maryland yet.
No, we haven't, but I've seen it in states surrounding it. Like they're known for their
crabs,
Maryland
crabs.
Yeah,
Right.
Maryland crabs and things like that. So we're definitely looking forward to it.
We're also trying to make our way to Maine one day. Yeah,
For the lobsters.
That's on our radar.
During lobster season, yeah.
That's right. What are your favorite Los Angeles area restaurant home delivered meals?
Oh,
It's like Uber Eats.
yeah.
We're a big fan of our local Thai restaurants.
Yes,
here.
we're big on Thai, not the spicy Thai, but we love our Thai yellow curry, the pineapple rice, the pad Thai, the pad see ew.
Pad see ew is one of my favorite.
Yeah, it is delicious. And
Yeah, chicken satay. Right?
We're big on Thai food when
Yeah.
we do order out.
Yes, and also some Peruvian eats.
Oh yeah, that's right. We really are fans of El Pollo Inca,
Yeah,
and so that is delicious food. And when we order out, we do usually something like that.
yeah, it's either Peruvian or Thai.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah,
That ends our food category.
that was a short category.
It is. It's about 7 minutes, 45 seconds. Now we're going to jump into the big. Everyone wants to know about travel.
Yes, but I'm
And
gonna go
hand
take
it off to you.
a swig of beer,
Cheers, babe. Yeah.
and let's tackle this one.
Oh, I want to mention it's a beautiful day here in LA. There's a rainstorm coming in soon, but
Yeah.
it's not raining now.
Not yet. I think it's gonna hit a little bit, almost 70 degrees today.
Yeah.
No breeze, just beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
This is regular SoCal weather.
Oh yeah. There you
Okay,
go.
travel. Alrighty. How do you two remain so happy and positive all the time? Travel can be stressful, and you both are generally very chill.
Yes.
We're
Now,
just chill people.
yes, you know how we travel, especially air travel. We're on standby.
Yes.
we always have backup plans. And that's what really keeps things stress-free.
Yeah.
If we can't make a flight or we get bumped off a flight, we just go somewhere else. And that's how we discovered New Orleans.
That is. We were trying to go see the Dodgers one year that in Arizona
Right.
for their season, the spring training, and we couldn't make it. The flight was too full. And so we kind of looked and say, oh, look at that. I've never been to New Orleans before.
No.
And so that was a crazy trip because we got into New Orleans at about 10 p.m. We didn't get a room, so we stayed up all night and then was on the plane at 6 a.m.
That's right.
So we kind of partied all night, ended our day at Cafe Du Monde, and then we went back to the airport.
Ever since then, we love New Orleans.
We only did that twice, and for good reason.
Yeah. So if it wasn't for the fact that we missed the flight, we would have never discovered New Orleans.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah.
And
worked
just
out.
to stay positive, because for us, we try to make it as stress-free, and it's usually it is because nothing is ever planned. When we do, when we make it somewhere, then we make it. We don't plan to eat at a certain restaurant because we're off in the middle of the week. So sometimes those restaurants are closed, and so our plans are very loose. And
Yes.
so we're very stress-free travelers.
Oh yeah. Like, for example, if we go to New Orleans, we say, "Hey, let's hit up some po' boy."
Yeah.
But we don't know which ones, but we just
Right.
know we want some po' boys.
Right. So that's
Things like
what
that.
our research comes in.
Right.
Alrighty. Do any of the restaurants you review ever pay for your meals? And lastly, what has been your biggest jackpot in Vegas? Well, I can tell you the biggest jackpot in Vegas was on a nickel machine. It was 30 nickels, and so that's only like $1.50. And it was playing 5 hands, and I won $1,100. So I was dealt the royal flush.
Wow.
And it was $1,100 off of $1.50, baby.
Wow,
Not bad, huh?
Where was I? You never told me about it.
You were asleep because he's not the gambler. But that was the biggest win.
As far as getting comp meals, we almost always pay for our meals.
Yes.
Yeah, with the exception of the Circus Steakhouse. They gave us free desserts.
That's right.
Yeah. And Bagel Mania, they invited us over for lunch.
Which was delicious.
Yes. Really, besides those two, I can't think of anything that was really comp to us.
Right. Maybe desserts. Oh, I think at the Horseshoe when it first opened.
Another desserts.
They comped our desserts.
Right.
But it's nothing that we look for and nothing that we ask for. We've been offered free meals before, but we usually turn them down because we want to get you the full experience, the full review, good or bad. Luckily, we do our research, so the majority of our restaurants are good. But we usually turn them down when we're offered any free meals.
Now, for instance, Bagel Mania, we've been there a couple times before that comp meal.
Right.
So we knew that place was amazing and delicious.
The stuff that we tried, the stuff that we paid for, we knew that was amazing, so we knew that the food is going to be amazing there.
Yeah. So in general, we pay for our stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So Bagel Mania, try that one in Vegas.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Okie dokie. During your travels, have you ever experienced culture shock? If so, how do you both cope with or deal with culture shock?
Culture shock. Now, the only one thing I could come to mind was in Japan. One of our first visits to Japan, very local alley kind of restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things get lost in translation. First of all.
Yes.
But there was a sign that said Japanese only. And I was like, what? That's
And this
kind of
is
crazy.
years ago. So
Yes.
we don't know if those things are there now because our recent trip that we took a few months ago, we didn't see anything.
No, that was only the one time several years ago.
And so this was like in 2017, 2018 when we started visiting Japan often. That's when we were starting to go into a little bit of the back alleys. We saw that it was the first time it kind of took us back because it's the first time we've seen anything like that coming from the U.S., which is so diverse. It's the first thing that we've seen.
Yeah, and really that's the only thing that I could think of as far as culture shock.
Yeah, and in the U.S., nothing really.
No,
They're
not
pretty
really.
open in the U.S. When we travel to Germany and the European countries or anything like that, nothing really.
No.
Nothing that really kind of took us back and wow, that was different,
Yeah, nothing really shocked us.
Right.
Yeah.
I know you've been to Japan. Do you two ever travel other Asian places like Taiwan, Hong Kong, or Singapore?
No to all those 3 places.
Not yet, at
Not
least.
yet.
It's on our
Korea,
radar, though.
Korea
South
is on
Korea.
our radar.
South
Yeah,
Korea.
we are, like we mentioned, we already have their currency at home.
Yeah, we do.
But we just haven't made the move yet.
Yeah, we will eventually make it to these places.
Yeah.
We are just seeing when we can do it because there's so many things to explore.
Yeah.
We eventually will make it to these places.
Right. Now,
South Korea, Shanghai,
Right,
right?
Hong
Things
Kong.
like Hong Kong. Uh-huh.
Yeah, like everyone that has full-time jobs, you only have so many vacation days
Mm-hmm.
and so many floating holidays and such. So, we almost always spend a week in Hawaii.
Right.
So that already eats up a week.
Right, and we
then have
usually
to
do
kind of
cruising.
spread out. Right.
And we do
cruises.
cruising. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, when you think about it, we don't have a whole bunch of extra vacation days.
We're not retired yet. It seems like we're retired, but we're not retired
We're not
yet.
retired, yeah. So eventually, like you said, we
We're
will
gonna
hit up
make
these
it.
countries.
Yeah, and then even though we travel a lot, we travel on our weekends, maybe with an extra day, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But like when we went to London, it was really on our weekend. We went to Japan. It was our weekend and an extra day.
Right.
That's why our trips are so short because we're usually traveling on our weekends.
That's right,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Alrighty. Next one. Do you anticipate going to any new international destinations in 2024?
I tell you, we would love to go. We would love to go to like Portugal, Greece.
Spain.
Yeah.
And we have to make it to Canada, baby.
Okay.
We have to
We
make
have
it to Canada.
I know we have a lot of loyal subscriber
We
fans
do.
in Canada.
We do. We have to make it. Go
Tim-
visit our friend
Tim
Tim
Lee.
Lee.
Tim
Yeah,
Lee
go
too.
visit Tim Lee.
Right.
Maybe. Well, Matthew.
He's on the other
the
side.
other side, but
Right.
maybe we'll go say hi to him. Hopefully, if we make it up there.
We'll say hi to Matthew.
Yes. Hey. Say hi to Matthew. Alrighty. Let's see. What keeps you two motivated to do YouTube consistently through the years?
It's fun.
It is fun. For us, it doesn't really feel like a job.
No.
And even if we're on a trip, it feels like sometimes we have to document this trip because then we know when we go to visit this place again, what it kind of jogs our memory of
It
what to
does.
do, what not to do, or try somewhere new or something like that. And so
Right.
it's really documenting our trip. And
It
we're
is.
just sharing it with you guys because I know if we document our trip, we're sharing with you guys like if you're documenting your trip, and
Yeah.
and maybe kind of pre-planning for you guys of how you want to do your trip.
A lot of times we watch our own videos before we go to that certain place.
Right.
Just so we don't repeat or
Or if we
just
want to
do
repeat
things.
it,
Yeah.
if we want to repeat it, it's like, okay, well, no, we already got that steak. Let's try something new.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. What keeps you? Oh no. What destination was better than you expected?
Oh, better than we expected.
Let's see.
As you see, we didn't prepare all these
No,
questions.
some of the food places. Some of the food places that we've been to, we're expecting like the local, not the local, but some of like fast food places. We're expecting, regular fries, regular burger or whatever, but sometimes they blow us away.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that you can get this meal here or something like that. That's the only thing I can think of, huh, baby?
New Orleans always blows us away.
Yeah.
Yeah. We go in with a certain expectation and it's always exceeded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
so
It does.
that's
And we're
good.
big Yelp. I'm a big Yelper, and so I do Yelp reviews. Just follow my Yelp, and you'll see where we go because it's pretty much real time. Since I'm a big Yelper, some places get 3.5 stars, and I kind of look at the stars thing. Sometimes it's like just avoid the stars because these places are true gems.
Yes,
You know,
very true.
so,
Just
yeah.
because it has three
Stars
that
or
doesn't mean
whatever.
we avoid it.
Right.
You know.
Right, and so we try out everything, and sometimes those are the ones that shock us the most likely.
Right.
What destination left you too disappointed and not what you hoped for, and would you be able to give it another try?
Are you thinking about St. Louis?
I'm thinking St. Louis. Only reason why is we went during when times were different to St. Louis, so a lot of things were closed. A lot of things were socially distanced, right? And so it was kind of hard to get around for us. Things were not quite opening up yet, but we definitely want to go back to St. Louis. But when we went, it was a little bit different times, and so the vibe was a little bit different there.
Yeah, we stayed in downtown. We did all the touristy stuff. We had some great barbecue.
The stuff that we can do.
We visited the
Yeah.
Arch, but toward the evening, it looks a little slim shady over
Yeah,
there.
we had to make sure, just because of the surroundings, we made sure we got in before it got dark.
Yeah,
You know, and
and
we
just
did-
stayed at the hotel.
And you guys know we love to explore.
Right.
And so
Right.
it was hard not to explore, but we didn't want to because we felt just a little bit unsettled.
Right.
Just a
And
little bit. But
yeah, that's why we just stayed. It's nothing like New York City
right.
or New Orleans, for
Right,
example.
right. And this was like 3 years
Las
ago.
Vegas.
So I'm pretty sure within 3 years things have changed. We just haven't gotten back yet, but
Right.
we're definitely wanting to go back there.
Yeah.
Okay, what destination? Oh no. How much do you usually tip if you receive great service at a restaurant? Do tipping changes? The rule changes of country to country, Europe and Asia. Apart from Japan, are there any other countries that you have been where you haven't tipped?
Well, let's just start with the U.S.
Yeah.
We typically tip around 20%,
Even-
up to 25.
In the evenings, during the day.
Sure. I like
for
dinner
lunches,
service.
we do 15 to 18 usually, especially because
Well, especially
service is usually there.
yeah, for like quick service where they kind of flip the iPad around for
Yeah.
you, like those kind of places.
Well, considering that usually we're hoping that it's shared throughout the whole thing, and we've gotten excellent meals. We do 15 to 18% during the day,
Sure.
and dinner service around 20.
20 to 25.
Yeah,
It all
yeah,
depends.
depending upon
Right.
where we are.
As far as Japan, I know tipping is frowned upon. So
Yes.
we
really
do as the
don't.
locals, and
Yeah, and we really don't. In the tourist sections, I know they do sometimes receive it, but you're not expected to. In London,
yeah,
London, they've already have a service charge on there.
That's right.
So if you don't do anything extra, it's not, it's fine. You don't have to feel like, oh, I shouldn't do this or anything like that. But they're appreciated in everything, as in everywhere else that we've gone to.
Yeah. We have tipped over the service in London before.
Yeah, and usually that's when I bring my currency. So when we usually do tips outside of the country, we usually do it in that currency. We don't usually leave it on a credit card or anything like that, which you can, but we usually just carry the currency around just for tipping.
In Mexico, we tip as well.
In Mexico, we tip.
Right. Yeah.
And we just carry, again, I have pesos. I always carry around pesos, and so I'll tip with the pesos I have in my pocket. Let's see. What are the most important things you research when planning on going to new places? Checking on laws, wattage for electrical items, foreign money, etc.
Yes, we do a little bit of research on other YouTube channels as far as currency, electrical power requirements, things like that.
We also check if there's anything coming up. The biggest thing, which I think a lot of people forget, is when you travel, be sure to check the weather.
That's right.
The weather really, since we travel on the fly, the weather really determines where we're going to go.
Yes.
Like we have a few trips that are planned, but we'll see how the weather is. If the weather is good, then we'll go. If not, we're going to do some other arrangements to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all the time though. One time we planned to go to London, and
Yeah.
we got caught in a torrential rainstorm out there.
So we just try to be sure to check your weather, especially if your trip is flexible. Be sure to check your weather, and then if it's not flexible, be sure to prepare for that weather. I think that's the biggest thing. Even the people I talk to at work, their biggest thing is like weather. Everything is all around the weather.
That's right. Yeah.
Anything else on that question?
That's it.
Oh, the wattage, we usually just look
Right.
up online to see, okay, what power it is.
Right. We have a little multi-power adapter kit from Apple,
Right,
and it has all of the plugs for the whole world.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
And,
we use that.
And the foreign money we always check. Luckily, there's not too much foreign money circulating because I know in the Asian countries it's all different types of foreign money. But luckily in Europe, it's almost the same, with the exception of England. Everybody else is euro, so it's kind of easy for
Right.
us. Okay. Next question: what destination are you most excited to visit this year?
We don't have any solid plans.
No, we don't.
No, but we are definitely planning going back to Japan.
Yes.
Besides that, I would like to visit one new European country.
Right. We try to do that once a year at least. Last year was Italy.
Right.
The year before was Ireland. Right. So this year, let's see. I don't know. Maybe Portugal.
Right.
Or Greece, maybe one of those.
One of those
two.
places, yeah, would be really fun.
Yeah, one of the ones that are on our radar.
Right.
Right.
Maybe Switzerland.
Maybe Switzerland. We'll see where we end up.
Right.
Alrighty. Do you guys plan on doing full-time travel after retirement? How long till retirement?
Yes.
It's a long time for my retirement,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yes, we plan to travel a lot more because we won't have the restrictions of vacation days.
Right. So probably a lot more cruising when we retire. We will travel as much as we can. Full time, I'm not sure. That's kind of up and see where we end up. I know at this time right now, since we can do it, we're planning on doing like so many different cruises since we're not going to be restricted on time. And what we're building up now is because we're so loyal to Carnival, you build up your points and they give you more free things, right? And so since we're able to do it now, that's what we're doing. So, we know
stay tuned for
cruising
the later years.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then we'll see where we end up for the rest of the stuff. Any plans on visiting the Great White North in the near future?
I think we covered that.
We did.
Yeah,
we are.
Canada is on our radar.
Yes, it is, and we have to go visit up there. Have you ever traveled someplace where you felt unsafe, which we kind of covered?
Yeah.
How did you handle the situation, either in the U.S. or out of the U.S.? Out of the U.S., we haven't traveled anywhere that we felt unsafe.
Yeah, we always kind of explored around at night.
Yes,
which is fine.
Yes, and I think also because when we travel abroad, we kind of stay to the touristy spots.
Sure,
We don't go wandering to like suburbs or anything like that.
Common sense goes a long way.
Yeah, so I think that's why we never felt unsafe to anywhere we've traveled outside of the U.S. In the U.S., we kind of covered it. And again, even in the U.S., we kind of stayed to the touristy spots. We didn't go outside of it.
Right.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Do you have a favorite cruise line and why? Where would you be your ideal travel place to travel for Christmas time on a budget?
Yeah, well, cruise line, of course, is Carnival Cruise Lines.
Yes.
Like we mentioned.
And
for Christmas?
And why is because it's always so affordable. It is very local to us because we don't live very far from the cruise port. And so that's why we kind of stick with Carnival. We probably want to venture out, but we haven't ventured out to other cruise lines yet. But that's why we stick to it.
Probably we'll do Disney one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will do Disney
as
one
far
day.
as Christmas destinations, we like a lot of Christmas stuff.
Yes.
Like New York City.
Yes.
Christmas markets. That it's always so much fun to experience.
Yes, but on a budget, I really recommend cruising because these ships, no matter what ship you're on, and we can say for Carnival, they're dressed up as Christmas time. Disney, it's a little bit more expensive, but for the family, it's dressed up as Christmas time. And so they're kind of bringing everything to you if you go on a cruise. We've been on a ship in Carnival during Christmas, and it was all dressed up. You can do your Christmas photos there. They have Christmas meals, Christmas food, Christmas activities. I think one of the places that we went to on Carnival, we saw a show, and they gave us the little Santa hats with jingle bells, and jingle bells.
Yeah,
and so
it is a lot of fun.
if you've never thought of doing a budget Christmas cruise, which could be all of the cruises because it's kind of a slow time then, I would really suggest a cruise because everything is there for you.
Yeah, yeah. Check out the website and you can see all the prices.
Yeah. Would you ever consider staying at the South Point in Vegas? And then any more cruises planned, which we'll tell you about the cruises planned. Go ahead.
I don't know if we ever want to stay at South Point, but I want to go to South Point for that big buffet that they have over there.
South Point. No. South Point is the one we've been to. Garden Buffet, baby.
Oh, that's Garden Buffet. I'm thinking about the M Resort.
When it was back in the day, South Point was belonging to the Be Connected, which is the Orleans Gold Coast program. When they separated, we stayed there. I stayed there back then, but when we separated, we haven't been back. So yeah, we like to do new locations, new places, and hotels. We definitely stay at South Point.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
a little bit different. I was thinking about the M Resort.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're thinking about the M Resort,
Yeah.
which we haven't stayed there yet, but it looks very interesting. Quite a ways from the Strip, 20, 30 minutes maybe
Yeah.
away from the
Well,
Strip.
it's that Sunday buffet that
Yeah.
I'm interested in.
And we're
Yeah. One
interested
day.
in time of that. And more cruises planned. This
Of course.
year,
We have reservations already.
we have one
Yeah.
in May, and it's on the new boat, the Firenze. That is
It's a ship,
Carnival.
babe. It's a ship.
Sorry, the new ship, Firenze with Carnival. I believe we're on either the second or third cruise that when it starts up. So we're going to do that. We'll usually do one near the end of the year. We'll see when we're going to do that one.
Right.
But yeah, we have at least one more planned right
Yes,
now.
for sure.
Do you guys ever do a road trip?
Our road trips have
Our
been
Vegas.
to like Vegas, San Diego, a little bit up north, like Santa Barbara or places.
We say, I guess you can say, kind of local. We
Yeah,
don't really go way out as a far road trip.
Yeah, nothing like Route 66 to Chicago. or
Right,
nothing,
anything like that.
nothing
He
like
did that when he was younger.
Yeah,
But-
not anymore.
Yeah, we're not. Only reason why is because when we ride in vehicles, it puts us to sleep.
Yeah,
So
we
we're
get
not
tired.
very good
Yeah.
road trip people unless
Yeah.
you want us to sleep. Kidoki. Are you planning on doing another Royal Caribbean cruise?
The Royal Caribbean cruise that I want to do is out of Florida.
Yeah.
Like I want to go on those Oasis class ships.
The big
those,
ones.
Those big ones.
The one
right?
that just came out. Icon.
Yeah, Icon of the Seas.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. I want to experience once.
I know the biggest ship is the Mardi Gras that whatchamacallit
That
has.
Carnival has,
Uh-huh.
which is small in comparison to those class
right.
ships.
But what for us, because the destinations that they have, we've never been to those destinations, and so those ships are so big that we don't know if we'll even have time to cover a ship, plus visit the destinations since they're new destinations for us.
Right.
So, but yeah, eventually,
Yeah, one
we
day.
want to do it. Have you any? And then this ties in. Have you any plans for a Caribbean cruise? Cruise, not
that
yet.
ties into it because
Yep.
they leave out of Florida and
Yeah,
stuff.
so not yet. But yes, we would love to do it. Have you ever been to Oregon? And if so, what city?
Portland.
Portland.
Yeah, we have a few videos. Just search Bill and Lisa Portland, and you'll see all our videos from there.
We did the biscuit place, State Biscuits or something like that. We
Yeah.
see Monotma Falls.
That's right.
Right. We
Yeah.
saw the Columbia River and things like that. Yep, our
yeah.
videos are up there. And I think
I-
Nico's in those videos too.
I like Portland. It's very, very nice,
Yeah.
fresh air kind of city.
It's so green.
Yeah,
So green
yeah.
there. Let's see here. Have you ever been to a Wawa? So we have not been to a Wawa.
Yeah, you know, I actually looked it up and now I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
Whoops.
it's similar to Buc-ee's.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but it's based in Florida.
Yes. No, as far as big grocery type of gas station centers, no, just Buc-ee's.
Yeah, but yeah, especially because we usually when we go to Florida, it is again on our weekend, and we usually don't rent a car. But definitely, if we're going to go visit Florida, especially it seems like it's kind of central to northern Florida, we have to go stop by. I mean, there's some other recommendations to go visit that place,
Yeah.
so we got to go visit that place, huh, baby? What are you ever going to visit Utah? We have.
We have.
Park City. So we went into Salt Lake City last year, and we had that limeade from that place. We went. Oh, this is when snow was melting, so it had to be beginning of the year. We went to Park City. We
Right.
went to everything was so close there.
That other snow is.
Snowbird.
Snowbird, yeah.
Snowbird. Everything is that's Utah. Yeah. Everything is so close within driving distance. All of those ski resorts. I know we visited, and we know we want to go back when it's snowing, but we are wimps when it comes to cold these days.
I know. It's just the thought of all the snow and cold kind of.
When Leslie and I were teenagers in our 20s,
Leslie's her sister for
Yeah.
those new viewers.
we skied all over the place. We went to Park City, we went to Colorado, we went to New Mexico, Taos, New Mexico. Now we're just wimps. We can't handle the cold anymore.
I mean, I
Yeah.
could barely stand the European Christmas markets all bundled up, and I'm still cold. But it's fun though.
Yeah, it is, and even in New York.
Yeah,
we have to
same
make
thing.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, just search Bill and Lisa Salt Lake City, and you'll see our Utah videos.
We've been there. When do you plan on making your way back to Chicago?
I want to go back.
We want to go back. We miss Pequod's.
All I think is about is Pequod's pizza.
Pequod's.
Yeah.
We miss the pizza there. We want to go catch a Chicago Cubs game.
Yeah.
You know, we want to go visit that ballpark.
And we love the downtown architecture, the river tour that runs
It's right in the middle.
Yeah.
I get the emails every year for their Christmas market there. So it's like we have to go back. We're gonna hopefully go back. We'll see if we can go back maybe this year. You never know.
You know, I wish we had a direct flight from Los Angeles to Chicago. We don't have one.
Yeah.
That's one of the downfalls too.
Yeah. Do you both travel a lot and been seeing many videos posted? Are you both have a full-time job? Do you guys both work full-time? We do both work full-time.
Yes.
Travel lessons learned. We're light travelers.
Yeah.
We only take what's essential to our trip.
Well, we may have overpacked a long time ago, but we
now,
learned.
Yes.
We learned from it.
In this day and age, a lot of people do tap and pay. And so if you're doing like markets or like little swap meets and stuff, yeah, cash is good. But we've done that's tap and pay, so we don't carry a lot of cash anymore. Just for essentials. What else? Travel lessons learned. Be flexible. We don't plan a lot because, again, we travel on our weekends, which is a Tuesday, Wednesday. And
yeah, of course.
So places usually are not open. Those are the slow times. So,
yeah, and all that ties into traveling stress-free.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's probably our lessons learned is we don't plan a lot.
Right.
If we can make it to our destination and back, we're happy.
Yeah, don't try to plan too much in one day.
Yeah.
Plan one or two things, and everything else is
just fall into place.
Icing on the cake, right?
Yeah. Alrighty. What is the popular or unpopular travel location for others that you have zero or close to no interest on going to? I don't know. I don't know if there's any of them.
Well,
We kind of want to visit.
I know Mexico City has been on our radar
Yes.
for a long time.
Yes.
But I know we're kind of losing interest in that a little bit.
Every time we wanted to go, it's the weather, and especially if your first time, it's most likely the weather. But we do want to try the huaraches. People have been telling us to go down for the huaraches. Churro place now is here in Northgate,
That's
over
right.
in Costa Mesa.
Right.
But it's nothing like visiting the original
No, of course
location.
not. Yeah.
From what a lot of people tell us, which we do want to go visit there though. But what a lot of people tell us is becoming very touristy.
Well, yeah, but
which
that's
is
okay
good.
because we
That's
go
good.
to a lot of tourist
Yeah, we do
places.
got a lot of
Yeah.
tourist stuff.
But
it's
but
just,
because Mexico City is so big, it's a little overwhelming.
yeah, especially because it's on our weekend. We don't have zero or close to no interest in going. We do want to go there, but it's just not high on our radar right now.
Right.
But yeah, we eventually do want to go there though. Okie dokie. Have you been to Buc-ee's? Yes, we've been to Buc-ee's, but we haven't been to it in Texas where it's originated,
Yeah.
which was kind of interesting.
Which is the biggest one. We haven't been to the biggest one.
No,
yet.
no, we've been into other cities and other states, but we haven't been to the biggest one yet.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting because we're big fans of Buc-ee's. When on your trips, is it difficult to balance when you do filming things and just relax and enjoy ourselves? So, we love to document what we do, and because it gives us a reminder of what we did at that time, since we do travel a lot, we like to share what we did with you guys. That's how we do our videos. We don't do every single minute of filming.
Yeah.
We'll do a meal.
Typically, this is the way it goes. You know, we come to a restaurant, we order our food, we show you what we ordered and our initial first bites, and that's about it. And then the camera turns off and we just enjoy our meal.
So really out of the whole day, we're not filming every single thing. Sometimes we're not even filming every single meal, especially if we visited a place so much. Like, we have our favorites, and sometimes we will go to those favorites, but we won't put it on camera. You know, I can only say New Orleans because that's my favorite city. We always share with you, you got to get the purple drink. right? We always share with you that. We always share the most popular things to do there. But there's some things that we do every single time that we just don't put on camera.
Yeah.
Like we have our pizza, but we sometimes put it on camera, sometimes we don't. So we
Right.
really enjoy ourselves on our trip, and that's what makes it also stress-free.
Right, especially when we go out with the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just shoot at the very beginning of the meal,
Usually.
really. And really that's it. So
Yeah.
it doesn't like intrude on the rest of the family's experience.
Right. And we always enjoy ourselves.
Right.
So it's to us, it's just very relaxing, huh, baby? So it's because we enjoy it, and it's not a job for us. It's just very relaxing. It's no big thing to really show how it is so non-stress free.
Right.
It is. What are your New Year's resolutions for both of yourselves personally and for your YouTube channel? Hitting 100K.
100,000.
Hitting a million.
know
It
that's
eventually
gonna
will come.
happen.
Yeah, it'll eventually come.
Yeah.
But not yet. But yeah. Our New Year's resolutions, we usually don't have any. Have any New Year's resolutions?
Outside of what we mentioned earlier about try to visit one new European country. Right. So that's something we would like to do.
Otherwise, we are so spontaneous throughout the year that we don't really make a New Year's resolution because whatever comes our way comes our way. That's why, huh, baby?
Hey.
You're finished, babe. I still have half of my beer. He actually finished before me this time. Alrighty. Let's see here. Any plans on Knott's Berry Farm?
The only thing I look forward to Knott's Berry Farm is was it the Boysenberry Festival?
Yeah, because it's delicious.
Yeah, I look forward to that. So until it comes up again, we'll probably wait
Go
until
visit.
that event comes up.
Yeah. So that's probably it for Knott's Berry
Yeah.
Farm. Where would you suggest staying in Tokyo for someone traveling there for the first time? I suggest staying to any station that's close to a train station, only because that's going to be your mode of transportation while you're staying there. So
Right.
all the locations are extremely clean. They're smaller rooms there than you would get in the U.S. So heads up, try to pack as light as you can to travel to those cities. During the summer, it's very hot, very humid. Keep in mind of that, and they do have rain, a lot of rain. So again, prepare for the weather.
Right.
But travel or stay anywhere close to a train station.
Yes.
That's probably the best bet.
Unless you're the taxi type of person,
Right.
then you can pretty much stay wherever you want.
Right.
Yeah, but there's plenty of YouTube videos besides ours
Right.
that highlights different prefectures and cities within Tokyo. So whatever looks good, stay there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, and our last question: where is your favorite place to travel to? New Orleans.
Hawaii. Come on, Hawaii, right?
New Orleans. It has to be it.
Yeah. Well, if you think about the most number of days at a certain destination,
Yeah.
it's Hawaii.
It is.
Yeah.
We stayed the longest
Yes.
in Hawaii. We used to visit New Orleans once every other month for all of the different seasons. For king cake season, for crawfish season, for jazz. We used to visit all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
New Orleans is probably number 2.
Yes,
I
for
would
me
say.
it's number 1.
Yeah.
I love Hawaii. Actually, maybe it's tied because I love Hawaii as well. And all of our Hawaiian ohana. I have just as much Hawaiian ohana as I have my Nola ohana, baby.
Now, what we want to do is go to different Hawaii islands this time.
Yeah, so we're hopefully traveling to the Big Island. We haven't been there in a
Yes.
few years.
Right.
Maui went last year, beginning of last year. Hoping to make it back to Maui. Hawaii is just a beautiful island.
Yes, yes. Kauai as well.
Yes.
Of course, around Christmas time, we always will stay at the Aulani.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a given.
And
So
it's
we'll
most
go
likely with
back.
our family. So it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good family trip.
Right, right.
So that's it, baby. That's all of our things.
Wow. I think that's almost an hour. I mean, we had to stop it once, but
Yeah, I think it's
almost
good.
an hour.
Yep. If you have any other questions, go ahead and post them in those comments. And
Yeah, we'll do our best to answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything? I think that's it. We covered the whole list, babe.
That's it. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for joining us here for our annual Q&A 2024.
Yep, and on the road to 100K one of these years.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe this year.
I don't know.
This year.
That's a pretty far stretch. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like 14,000
We're
more.
like-
That's a lot for us.
We're like small potatoes still.
We are. We are.
Fingerling potatoes. Well, thanks everybody for watching again, and we'll catch you on the next Q&A.